Good morning, dear students. Today we will start the chapter 7, that is triangles. What is a triangle? A polygon made up of 3 line segments only is called a triangle. You know what is a polygon? A closed figure made up of line segments only is called a polygon. So, minimum 3 sides are there for making a polygon, and triangle is the smallest polygon. What are the various dimensions of a triangle? It has 3 sides, 3 vertices and 3 angles. Which are the vertices of this triangle here? Vertices are P, Q and R. And what are the various sides of this triangle? PQ, QR and PR. Which are the different angles in this triangle? We can say it angle P or angle QPR, or angle Q, or we can say it as angle PQR, angle R, or we can say it angle PRQ or QRP. So there are 3 vertices, 3 sides and 3 angles in a triangle. Now, what are the congruent figures? What are the congruent figures? The figures which are exactly overlapping one another, means which cover each other, which are exactly same in their shape and size, are called congruent figures. See here, I have made different squares. One with all sides 2 cm. Second one with all sides 3 cm. C having all the dimensions 4 cm. And D having all the dimensions 2 cm. Now which of two are congruent? I said which completely cover each other, which are exactly same in shape as well as size. Shape is same in all, they are all squares, but size should also be same, and that is in A and D. It means A and D are congruent figures here. Now see here how to write the name of congruent figures. I am deviating on the triangles only. See, I have made these many triangles. 3 of them are having the dimensions 4 cm, 4.5 cm, 5 cm, 4, 4.55, 4, 4.5, 5 cm. But the fourth one is having all the sides equal, means it's a equilateral triangle. Now, if I have to ask which are the congruent figures, first, second and third, because their shapes and dimensions are same, so they are congruent figures, and fourth one is not congruent. If I want to write their names, be very careful. If I want to say how to write the names of congruent triangles, see, first, second and third all are congruent, but how to write? If its name is ABC, now shall it be congruent to RPQ, PQR or QRP? We have to see which sides just are identical. See, I am taking in the sequence 4, A, B, C. If I have written 4, 5, 4.5. So, this should be the sequence 4, 5, 4.5. So, 4, 5, 4.5. It means I have to start from here 4, 5, then 4.5. Then it means it will be QPR. Triangle QPR. Have you understood why I have written this way? Now here, because I had taken the order 4, 5, 4.5, 4, 5, 4.5. So, what should be the sequence of writing the name of this congruent triangle? Starting from 4, then 5, then 4.5. I will start from this vertex. Z, Y, X. It is congruent to triangle Z, Y, X. Have you understood this? See, because we have to take corresponding parts should be equal. Now, AB. In this triangle, AB is equivalent to, here it is 4.5. Here which side is equal to 4 centimeter? Here QP or PQ is equal to 4 centimeter. So AB covers QP. Right. Now BC is 5 centimeter. Here TR is 5 centimeter. So BC corresponds to PR. Now in the third one, this where it corresponds to? No. AB अगर corresponds to QP in this figure 4 centimeter. In this figure it corresponds to ZY. Right? BC is 5 centimeter. It corresponds to PR here and YX here. Or because I had started YZ. So next is CA. CA side is 4.5. CA corresponds to RQ. Why I am saying not QR? RQ, because the point which touches 5 and then comes to 4.5. ABC में पहले 4 था, 5 था, अब 4.5. तो 5 से होते हुए जो 4.5 सेंटीमीटर है वो है RQ. तो यहाँ पे RQ आना चाहिए. CA corresponds to RQ and यहाँ पे 5 से टच होता हुआ कौन सा है? XZ. क्या आपको मेरी बात समझ आ रही है? XZ. So ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट बात है. How to corresponds the equal sides. Now angle A here. See, you can see from here now also. Angle A is equal to which angle here? Angle A is equal to angle Q here. A angle is between 4 centimeter and 4.5 centimeter. Here between 4 and 4.5 centimeter, which vertex is there? Q. So angle A corresponds to angle Q. Similarly here, which will correspond 4 and out in between 4 and 4.5. In between 4 and 4.5, here it is angle Z. So angle A corresponds to angle Q and angle Z. Understood? Similarly, angle B corresponds to, it is the angle which is in between 4 and 5. So 4 and 5. This will be angle P. Angle P. Similarly, between 4 and 5, here it is angle Y. It corresponds to angle Y. Have you understood this thing? So, similarly, now the left one, angle C will correspond to R and X. Angle C, angle R and angle X. So, these are called corresponding parts of congruent triangles. What do we call them as? Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Whenever the triangles are congruent, then CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles, are always equal. Now we are coming to axiom. Axiom 1 of this chapter, axiom 7.1. Do you know what is the meaning of word axiom? Axiom is the universal facts of maths which do not have those statements which are proof without any proof, which are considered to be true without any proof. They are called axiom. So what is the axiom 7.1? It states that if it is SAS congruence, SAS congruence means if in a triangle two sides and one inclusive angle, two sides and one included angle of a triangle is equal to two sides and one included angle of other triangle, then it is called SAS congruence. And SAS congruence is axiom. Mana, we don't require any proof. We say it is universal truth for maths. Mana, if in a triangle two sides and one included angle are equal, see this is triangle ABC and it is triangle PQR with AB side equal to PQ, BC side equal to QR and angle B equal to angle Q, then it means they are congruent by SAS congruence. Have you got my point? So their all remaining parts will be correspondingly equal. Means their side AC will be equal to this side, this angle will be equal to this angle and this angle will be equal to this angle. Understood?